Geekology. I'm David Spiger.
And I'm Sven Hardy.
And tonight we're going to cover Star Trek, the official Starships collection. I'm getting better at saying it.
Yes, you are.
Okay, now, when we first did the review, it was because we thought they were kind of cool and we wanted people to subscribe to them. And then we did another review because we got to the point where the subscriptions were starting to kick in. And then we found out something very interesting, which was our fans, which we have fans in America, which is cool.
Yeah.
They don't subscribe to the magazine, they buy the ships individually from, I can't remember the name of the magazine, Previews, isn't it?
Yes, through Previews, so
Through
through Diamond Distribution.
So they don't subscribe as such, so we've decided that whenever we would get a few of these by, we're going to do those for the Americans and, you know, for English fans who haven't subscribed but buy the odd issue, because we've found a few people that are doing that, just buying the specific ships.
Yeah.
So we've decided we're going to make this one of the regularly occurring themes for Geekology. And as well as issue 14 and 15 been available, the new special, which is the Reboot 1701, is out. So which would you prefer to do first? Should we do 1701 and then do the individuals?
Should we get 1701 out of the way? Yeah.
Yeah. Out of the ways about the right.
As the ways about the right. I didn't buy this. I when I found out this was going to be the next special, I actually cancelled my specials.
Yeah. Now I carried on with the subscription because I wanted to complete it. And I've got to confess, I was not thrilled when I heard that was going to be the ship, because to be honest, I don't like the ship.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple. It's got nothing to do with, you know, whether you like the reboot or not. I don't like the design of the ship. Now, way back when, in that very first review of this, I very clearly remember saying, people have got this the wrong way round.
Yeah.
They're buying the magazine and the ship is the free thing. I said, no, you're buying the ship, the magazine is the free thing.
Yeah.
This magazine was brilliant.
Yeah.
The artwork in it, the notes for how the ship was developed, loads of information that has not been available before. So this was brilliant. It was not worth £20, however, so we've got to include the ship.
Yeah.
I hate this. I really do. You know what? And it's not been that long since we did a review where I turned around and went, this is horrible. Again, this one's horrible. Now, we'll ignore the fact that I dislike the ship.
Okay.
Because that is not the grounds that I'm saying I don't like this on. Okay? The reasons I don't like this are the mould points for the warp nacelles joining onto the drive section.
Because that's the entire section, isn't it? There,
it's an entire section.
Pylons and
yeah, there's no graduation in it. It literally just, they've slid it in and it doesn't look right. And it doesn't look right because that's not the artwork for the ship. Even the Playmate toy version was better than this. The nacelles, if you look at the join points between the pylons. Yeah. Now look at the buzzard ram scoops.
Now what's interesting is they've left the moulding on for those white lines and caps that aren't supposed to be on it. I mean, in the prototype photos there was images of that being painted in white,
but not on screen.
Not on screen, and no, they shouldn't be there.
Yeah, and you know what? It's actually a really funny point in the magazine, which, as I've said,
you enjoyed.
I genuinely enjoyed it. There's lots of artwork. There's even how the ship has evolved and the different shots. He turned down this version of the Enterprise. Now, personally, I think that's gorgeous and I really would have gone with it. But on which page is it? Sorry, I really should have done that before we started the video so that I knew. Oh, here we go. Page 15. Now, on page 15, it makes a big point of saying, here's where 1701 should be. Let's reroute it down to the main drive section, and they missed it. They put it in the magazine and they missed it on the toy. It's just, I like the size. Yeah, for a 20 quidder. Yeah, sorry, £21, isn't it?
21 if you buy it separately, £20 if you're a subscriber.
Okay, I've got no idea what these are going for in the US dollars. If these are going for $20, then these got to be 40.
Yeah.
I would say to any American fan, no, don't buy it. It hopefully it will make them realise that they need to produce better toys.
Yeah. What worries me is those nacelles look like they're banding together. It looks like they're meeting.
Yeah.
Slowly, which is very wrong.
It's just a really poorly constructed toy. Because I refuse to call this a model. This isn't a model. Die-cast saucer section.
Yeah.
Top, not bottom.
Oh.
Yep, it's only the top. That's where all the weight is.
Oh yeah.
I just think it's very weak. Yeah.
I just want to bend those back.
Yeah,
down.
I feel that the manufacturing value just isn't there. Yes, they've made it bigger than these, but they've not made it better.
No.
They've actually made them worse.
I've got a feeling that might have been originally designed to be the same size as the others and has been increased in size to separate them.
If that is the case, it's still no argument as to why they've released a toy that it's just not up to standard. It really isn't. And it's not that I've got a bad one.
No.
They're all like this. So yeah, that does not get a recommendation from me in any way, shape or form. Not even as to keep your set complete.
Yeah. Now what I do find interesting is I didn't get this, as I said previously. Quickly looking through the magazine, this magazine is brilliant.
Oh yeah.
And produces annoyance. Because
it shows you where they could have gone better.
Every page tells me they made wrong decisions. Even this shot, the nacelles aren't as bad as on there, and at least the ram scoops are the right colour. That shot that you mentioned
is just
before,
stunning.
That's like the Phase 2 Enterprise almost, just with round nacelles.
Yeah, they've gone with elongated struts, and then
So yes, I like that. This shot here again, orange ram scoops. You're going through it, and there's
some of the notes that they put down the edges of the artwork.
Yeah.
They really put a lot of thought into what they were doing.
And then went in the wrong direction on every decision. Which is just mind-blowing. Does it mention in here the fact that they blew up the size of the ship to double in production?
I can't remember.
Okay. Because that's one thing that they actually admitted to doing is for the shuttle bay, for the shuttle scene, they doubled the size of the ship just to make it look bigger next to the shuttle.
Well, as I said, I don't like the ship, but it's unfair to judge the toy on that.
Yeah.
The magazine, on the other hand, was fantastic because purely on the basis that a lot of the information on here isn't available. No. It's not available on Memory Alpha. It's not available on various other Star Trek websites.
Have you ever had a flick through the Art of Star Trek book that they did for the 2009 film? Because I haven't, so I'm just wondering whether any of that's in there. Yet. No, okay.
The moment I get my hands on a copy, I will. But all the data I've been able to get, a lot of this stuff is new to me. So I was quite... The thing is, though, I've liked all the magazines.
Yeah.
I wasn't that bothered about reading to begin with, but more time has passed. I've had time to sit down.
Well, this is the thing. The first few issues was all about ships we knew everything about already from other publications. Now we're getting into stuff that we're finding out new information about. So the magazine suddenly becomes much more important to us as seasoned. That's a horrible
seasoned
thing to
veterans.
Say. Yeah.
No.
It's a horrible thing to say to a man. Seasoned.
listen. Unless you've got steak sauce, I am not seasoned.
Okay.
It's that simple. Now,
so we'll leave that at 21 quid or 20 quid or $40. No.
No. Genuinely not worth it. I honestly think you'll pick one up off eBay because I think a lot of people are going to auto subscribe to it. Yeah. Or people that are really into the reboot are going to have gone, yes, that's my favourite Enterprise.
Well, this is the thing. I think one of the reasons it's been done as a special is so you can get it into retailers who maybe aren't carrying the whole run. Because I've got a feeling that the collectors and fans who bought into the collection as a whole will be people who like old Trek, shall we say.
Yeah.
Prime Universe. I've got a feeling about half of them probably don't want this, whereas there'll be a whole bunch of people out there who will only want stuff from the new movies. So
well, that's good, because the
makes
next few specials are all about the new
That's
movie.
what we've heard, yeah. I mean, the next few specials are allegedly the Vengeance, the Klingon Birds of Prey, the Klingon Cruiser, and the big Romulan ship.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I didn't know, I've got to admit. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'd be quite interested in that. I mean, if they do the jellyfish and they do...
Jellyfish should be easy enough.
Yeah, and if they do the jellyfish and they do Nero's ship,
yeah,
that'll be quite interesting, because I'd quite like to put them next to the Enterprise E in a way, because they did run into the Enterprise E in the prequel comic, so that would make sense to me. But yeah, absolutely. So we'll move on.
So we have issue 14, which is the Cardassian Galor class ship.
Absolutely. Now, this ship first appeared in Next Gen in an episode called The Wounded, which was also when Mark Alamo first played a Cardassian, because he was one of the first Cardassians we ever saw, and then he went on to be Gorgie Cat after that.
Phenomenally good, just an amazing actor.
Oh God, yeah.
He really plays Cardassians incredibly well.
Yeah. Yes, I can't say it's my favourite ship.
It's one of those things. I always thought they were flying backwards.
Yes, it does kind of look like that, doesn't
I
it?
always thought they should be the other way. The main deflector dish, depending on the episode, is blue or red, because they differed it.
Yeah.
For the CGI models, not with the actual models. With the actual models, they were definitely red, and it was blue for the CGI.
What was very confusing is sometimes they managed to shoot out of their
Yeah. When it comes to the Dominion Wars, it was best not to look into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be honest. I like the toy. I think the toy is fine. The only downside to me is the colouring.
Yeah.
This is terracotta brown, and I always think of the colour for the Cardassians as more sort of a mustardy
colour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for £10, it's fine. It's got a nice weight to it. It's fairly sturdy.
Yeah.
One or two little moulding issues, but it sits with the others really well. The magazine had some very interesting information on it. Not all of it was new. No. But that's just a case of, you read enough.
Yeah, it's
material.
something that's been in Deep Space Nine. It's going to have been covered in the technical manual for Deep Space Nine quite strongly.
But as a model,
yeah,
it's fine.
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I maybe would have liked a little bit more of the panel detailing on it.
Yeah, a little bit more detail in here would have been nice.
But for £10.
I really wish the colour had been better.
Yeah.
But it's a tenner.
I mean, the magazine, as you say, is perfectly fine.
There's
some nice shots from Deep Space Nine which do show off the grain of the film a little bit.
I was about to say, isn't it really weird when you're looking through some of the special effects, how
Yeah.
fuzzy they are in comparison
No.
with what we get today?
I mean, this is the thing, is now Next Gen's been redone in high def for Blu-ray.
Massive
that
difference.
does not look good.
Although that was actually an incredibly well done effect.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they do move on to Deep Space Nine once Next Gen's done, because we've only got a couple of seasons left of Next Gen now. So
I should imagine they will.
yeah,
They're gonna want to milk that for all they can.
yeah, absolutely. But with the last two seasons being all CG,
Should be quite easy.
it should be quite easy to do those two. So, I mean, the Dominion War stuff will look stunning in high def.
Yeah,
and I'm just wondering whether Deep Space Nine was actually filmed in widescreen or not, because obviously Next Gen wasn't. So it'd be interesting to see how it turns out.
But I feel the model for that one is definitely worth getting.
It's reasonable. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the thing, is that there's not exactly been a lot of models of the Galor class. It's not like the Enterprise or anything. So.
Tactics.
Yeah.
I always get the name. I always want to call it Futural, but it's not.
It's Futura.
Futura.
They did one model, and there was, of course, an AMT kit.
Yeah, the AMT. I have the
class.
AMT actually. Really weak stand, but really nice ship.
Was there a Playmates Deep Space Nine one?
There was a DS9, but there wasn't a Galor class.
Okay. So I'm sure they did the phaser though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. No, not Cardassian, for sure.
I was sure.
You're thinking of Franklin Mint. Franklin Mint released a Cardassian phaser. And you might also be thinking, because I've got a Cardassian phaser rifle and a Cardassian hand phaser, but there's a cast resin.
Oh, right.
They were fan produced. Although the phaser rifle was, although it was fan produced, it was cast from an original.
Franklin Mint also had a prototype to do the ship, didn't they? But they never.
And the armour.
Yeah.
Actually, I liked the armour. The armour was that. Franklin Mint actually did some nice stuff. Always massively overpriced for what it was.
But there was that whole catalogue, wasn't there, of ships that they were going to do and never got released.
No, you know what? I'd have to go back and check to see what they actually. I don't own that many of
because
the
ships. They did the Warbird, didn't they? The Romulan Warbird.
Yeah, they definitely did that.
They did the Klingon Bird of Prey, but then they also had things like the Ferengi Marauder and this and so on and so forth, which I don't think ever got released.
Now, this is one I was very excited for. Although, you know, I'm a classic fan at heart, I really loved Voyager. There was something about Voyager that really worked for me. And this episode, just, Dark Federation is something that always interests me.
Because you like Silent Witness as well, didn't you?
Oh, Silent Witness was one of the best Voyager episodes ever. No, Janeway with a phase compression rifle, one of the big ones, and the black leather gloves. Oh, that was, the touch of genius. And it went to prove a good point as well, you know, as time goes on, we do get a very distorted view. I mean, Michael Gove at the moment's going on about World War One. It is interesting.
Got a very distorted vision of what happened then, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is interesting to see people's takes on this. Now, I was very excited about this because I really wanted this one. The tactics version is too small.
Yeah.
And the Futurale version there's nothing wrong with it. It's nice, but
again, the Futurale version was quite small in comparison with this, wasn't it?
So, actually, not that much smaller. So yeah, I was quite excited about this. I must confess, I was disappointed with the way the die-cast section joins the plastic, which you can just see along the edge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was a little disappointed by that.
You can see through it.
Yes, you'd actually see light through it.
Yeah.
And also, I've got a crack running down. The nacelle was done in 2 parts and pushed together, and I've got quite a big crack that runs down mine that you don't have on yours. No, you do have one on yours. It's just not much smaller than the one that's on mine.
The glue on the underside of mine isn't great.
Can I have it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Your nacelle's at a weird angle.
Yeah.
See, mine's got that really big groove, and mine's at an upward angle. Yours has got a smaller groove, but he's on a downward angle.
Yeah, that's strange.
Have you noticed that the quality
can vary hugely?
Really does, yeah. Although I find regularly when we're looking at these, I do pick out those mole points. It seems to be a recurring and constant.
Annoying.
Can I have a quick gander?
Yeah.
Duh. Ooh. Yeah, yours is bigger on the gap between the join than mine.
Yeah. So different. It's just differing. Yeah. I think mine's at a slight angle as well, so it's bigger on the one side than it is on the other.
But the detailing is far superior to a lot of them. This is up to the first issue.
Yeah, this is certainly way in advance of the Voyager, isn't it?
Oh, everything's more advanced than the Voyager. I was so gutted about that as well. That should have been a nice one. I like the toy. Yeah, definitely worth the money. Oh, I've got a sharp Pete here. Run your finger next to that phaser bank. I've got a Jag.
Oh yeah.
You got that on yours?
Only very slightly.
See, this is a useful thing about us both getting them. We do actually get to compare them, and I've got another friend who also collects them, so it's kind of helpful to go, this is what's wrong with mine. See, then again, for the money, it's fine. I really like the way they actually did the blue on the nacelles for this. I thought the paint job was good on part of it. Actually, that is something I've only just noticed that, and I hope I'm wrong. 1 moment please while I just double check.
I never understood with this ship why it had 2 navigational deflectors.
Yeah, you're going to love this. Remember the Defiant? Oh yes. No. Okay, no. Okay, the artwork in the magazine says that it's meant to be that way around. I was about to say that the NCC is the wrong way around on the one they sell, but according to the artwork, it's meant to be that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, no. I was going to pick it up on
Fair
that, but no. See, this is it. I'm quite happy with them for the money. I'm not quite sure if I was American and paying $20 a pop. But see, again, it's
horses for courses.
Well, it's pound to dollars as well, because they have different lifestyle for the money. So
yeah, exactly.
It's a bit hard to say. I'd say on English terms, I'm more than happy with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I don't see a problem. I mean, considering there's not many models of it as well.
Well, no, there is quite literally just the other two. It is just the tactics and just it's not Futura. Yeah. It's just Futura that have ever done them.
I'm wondering if they'll do another issue of this later on with the filled-in secondary navigational reflector from Harry. Was it Harry Kim's ship? That was a variation on this. So yeah, that'd be quite interesting. I'll tell you one thing I'd quite like somewhere down the line is the U.S.S. Odyssey, but we'll see.
Well, this is the thing. They are doing lots of different ships that are not part of the main, run of the mill. They've already got quite an extensive. I mean, the original list was 80, and they've just added 10 more.
Have they? Oh, I didn't know about that.
Because of the specials. They've actually named what the specials are. I'm happy with my subscription for the magazine for the ships, but I have to see in the special. I'm really torn, because on the one hand I don't want to throw my money away on crap.
Yeah.
Says the man who owns all the Mego toys. But on the other hand, I don't like being ripped off, and I do feel that the model wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
But ironically, it's counter position. I'm so pleased with the magazine for that.
Yeah.
The thing is, the magazine for all of these have been very good. They're well produced. They're nice.
Yeah.
There's lots of information in them, varying on the quality.
And let's face it, if it wasn't us, I mean, considering we've been reading stuff about these ships for 30 years. Easily, it's a case of them finding stuff we don't know on the more well-known ships is difficult.
But the information in the magazine's good. Quality of the magazines is fine. I've never had a problem with those. My opinions of the ships have varied because some have been much higher quality than others.
Shall we give them some marks out of 10?
You know what? It gets tricky to do, to be honest with you. Value for money, definitely. Accuracy, well, see, then me and you argue over screenshot over colour and CGI over model, so that gets it gets a little hard to do. I would say that this is crap.
Yeah.
And don't buy it. If I was giving it I tell you what, alright, yeah, go on. Let's give it forget the money. Let's give it a score as a model.
Because looking at it again, because obviously this is the first time I've seen it.
Yeah.
This is tonight. There's so much detail that could have been picked out on it that they just haven't bothered with, which is kind of disturbing. I mean, they could have moulded in the separation along the fins.
Yeah, they could have.
They could have done something here about the blue leaks.
They could have picked out the panels properly in the.
Yeah, I mean the Aztecing is not right. I mean, but not that they Aztec the Enterprise refit, which they should have.
All the join points could have been.
And the fact that they haven't done anything with the lower sensor dome. They haven't put on the marking there. It's just silly. I
love the fact the magazine made a really big point, and the artwork on the magazine makes a really big point.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give that a 3. Yeah, 3 out of 10. Yeah. Congratulations, you got the word Enterprise in 1701.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to give it a 2, to be honest, because I really don't think it deserves to be that size either. I know you kind of okay with that, but I'm
okay with the size. I've got no issue with the size. If these were that size,
I'll tell you something. If that had been a normal £10 issue with the size of the ship the normal size, I might have contemplated getting it.
Okay. Well, no, it's a fair comment. Horses, courses, it's a fair comment.
The Galor class, I'm going to give 7 to.
Yeah, I'll go with you on the 7.
Yeah.
I would have. You know what? It would have gotten 7.5 if the colour had been. No, I'm going to give it. I'm going to have to go with 6.
Okay.
Going to have to go with 6. The ship's nice, but the colours annoying me, and the join part here. I felt I could have been better. Yeah. No. I'll go with 7. It can have a 7. It can have a 7.
I'm going to give the Equinox an 8. Well, I'm going to give my Equinox an 8. I'm not sure about yours with the drawing on the top.
Well, see.
But there's QA issues in different places on mine from yours.
Yeah.
So, you know,
see, I'd go with 7.5, 8.
Yeah.
I've got no real issue with that. Yes, there were joint parts and all the rest of it. But you see, there in that, I'm going. See, this is why I'm having to separate out these two. Because for £20, oh my good God, no. These errors, I'm not happy with the errors. I don't want to be able to see the joint mark. I don't want to see through the darn ship. I don't want it to be like that. But it's £10. Yeah. I can overlook quite a lot at £10. So it's like the review we did a while ago of the 1701 Cutaway.
Yeah.
No way! That was abysmal!
For that kind of money.
It was ridiculous. But, you know, if you'd bought that way back down the price spectrum, if you'd have banged that down to 30 quid, I'd have been happy with it.
Yeah.
I'd have gone, yeah, alright, it's fine. But no. So these ones at 10 quid a pop, they're fine.
So if this was to the same quality as it is now, but had been £10 and at this size, would we have been giving this a 6?
No, because the main struts connecting to the body are horribly done. A very poor design. And then the nacelles fitting on top of those. No, I have no idea who put that concept together. And then just to miss a big decal, and there aren't many decals on it, it feels rushed.
Yeah.
And I don't.
You know something? I've got a nasty suspicion that was rushed forward a bit, because I was under the impression they were going to be going with more space stations before they went to the JJ stuff.
I really hope they do. I really want my glowy mushroom.
Yeah.
I'd say the honest truth, if they do the space station I actually want, I will forgive them so many sins in future just to do that. It's ridiculous. All these years I've been a Star Trek fan, they have never released a model of it.
I know.
Well,
it's crazy.
I tell a lie. Oh, see, and I went on film and said that as well.
There was Micro Machine.
There was the Micro Machine version,
but that was
but this big.
It was the size of an actual mushroom.
And technically there was 2, because although they were Micro Machines, they went under a different label for the keyring, where they just used the Micro Machine thing and screwed the bell. But aside from that,
quick question for you then.
Go for it.
Quickly go through what's rumoured to be the next few specials, and the ones that were speculated about previously. Based on what you've seen of this, would you get the U.S.S. Vengeance?
The collector in me wants the complete set.
Okay, but if you didn't?
No.
How about the Klingon Bird of Prey from JJ?
On this quality, none of them.
None of them. Okay.
None of them. Just because the quality is abysmal. Yeah, it's one thing having scale and set, but you see, I'm hoping, because the DS9 was nice. I had no problem with the DS9 was gorgeous.
Other than lack of stand.
Okay, yeah, lack of stand, but the model itself was fine.
Yeah.
So that one was really good. This one's really bad, but the Voyager was hideous.
Yeah, and the Equinox is fine.
Equinoxes are okay. The Cardassian one, it's okay. Right, well, I think that about wraps up. Thank you very much for bringing yours over. It's always good to have a
Comparison.
good working comparison.
Yeah.
And thank you to our American fans for posting your information. That's why we're continuing to carry on with these. And please, to anybody that watches, we're happy to have both positive and negative feedback. It always gives us something to work on. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And also there is a Geekology website. There's some higher resolution photos of some of the products that we've reviewed and talked about. And there's also some other bits and pieces on there. It's always worth having a nose.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you very much and good night.
Bye.